Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for June 6th. June 6th is the 157th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 158th in leap years, with 208 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is Midas Touch. Midas Touch is a noun meaning the ability to easily make anything profitable. This is named after the legendary King Midas, who was given the power to make anything he touched turn into gold. Earliest documented use of this word is 1652. Now, there's a caveat. Be careful what you wish for. That's the moral of the story with King Midas. He was given the power that anything he touched would turn into gold. His happiness was only momentary, though. It didn't take him long to figure out he couldn't eat anything, because as soon as he touched food, it would turn into gold, and all that glitters is inedible. The real heartbreaker came, though, when he touched his little daughter, whom he adored so, and she turned into a golden statue. Be careful what you wish for. And with that, we're going to start in the year 1683, when the Ashmolean, the world's first university museum, opened on June 6, 1683, in Oxford, England. This museum was built initially to house the cabinet of curiosities that archaeologist Elias Ashmole had given to the University of Oxford in 1677. The museum still exists. They do have an online presence, so check them out. There's a little bit to see there, so give them a look. On June 6, 1808, Napoleon's brother Joseph Bonaparte was crowned King of Spain, and I was surprised to see this. I never thought about Napoleon having a brother. There you go. On June 6, 1844, the Young Men's Christian Association, better known as the YMCA, was founded in London. The world's first mechanically frozen ice rink, called the Glaciarium, was opened in London on June 6, 1844. The Great Seattle Fire destroyed all of downtown Seattle on June 6, 1889. Chicago's elevated rail system, known as the L, began operation on June 6, 1892. The Revenue Act of 1932 was enacted on June 6, 1932, creating the first gas tax in the United States at a rate of 1 cent per U.S. gallon sold. The first drive-in theater opened in Camden, New Jersey on June 6, 1933. On June 6, 1934, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 into law, establishing the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. On June 6, 1944, D-Day, Allies stormed the Normandy coast. This is the birthday of Swedish tennis champion Bjorn Borg, born June 6, 1956. The Ed Sullivan Show aired for the very last time on June 6, 1971. For anyone who's too young to remember it, the Ed Sullivan Show was a television variety show that had been running since 1948. On June 6, 2013, The Guardian and The Washington Post began publishing a series of reports that were put together from documents leaked from Edward Snowden. And I think that's going to do it for us today. I hope you learned something you didn't know before. I know I sure did. I always do. As always, links to my research are included in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and feel free to share this video with others. You can do that with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. Images are retrieved from Bing Images, either public domain or licensed free to use and share. I think the correct terminology is free to share and use. Our lovely outro music is Divine Life Society by Jesse Gallagher from YouTube Music Library, and there's a link to his channel in the show notes. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Let's do that again. Okay, do that again. We'll do that in a minute. Thank you.
That might not make it into the video. We'll see.
Changing it up.